Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Shauna Stitches podcast. I'm Shauna, and this is my podcast about knitting, crochet, sometimes cross stitch, although not too much lately, and any other crafty things that I feel like talking about. This is episode number 12, and it is January the 18th, 2017. It's about 10:30 in the morning, and I worked all night last night, so again, super tired. I had not meant for it to be a month again since I recorded, but things have been crazy. I got really sick. I lost my voice completely, and the holidays were busy, and work's just been insane. Normally for my job, summer's the busy time of year, but for whatever reason, it's just been really crazy, and it hasn't actually been so much the actual job that's been so busy. We're just really shorthanded, so it makes it even more difficult. And to make matters worse, I just spent like 2 hours on the phone with insurance companies and did not get the answers I was looking for at all. So needless to say, I'm having a frustrating morning, and yeah, it is what it is. So I'm going to talk about knitting and hope that makes me a little less stressed. And I am waiting for a phone call back, so hopefully I won't have to pause to answer that, or maybe hopefully I will, so maybe I can get an answer I'm looking for. I don't know. So the last time I talked to you guys, I was trying to do my 12 pairs of socks for 2016, and I didn't think I was going to make it. But I did. That was really awesome. I was really excited, and I think since I last talked to you guys, I've finished 3 pairs of socks, but I can only show you one of those pairs at the moment, and that's because all the other ones are in the wash. I'm really excited because ever since I finished the box of socks and posted the photo in KT's Yarngasm podcast group on Ravelry, I've been wearing my socks. And it's really the first time I've started wearing my socks, and I actually really love them. So that's, I guess, a nice surprise. So first finished object, I actually did a pair of Rose City rollers. They don't look awesome because I'm not having them on sock blockers, but I did do the rolled cuff. I actually did my very first heel flap and gusset, and I think it came out pretty good. I haven't actually worn this pair. It's the only pair that I haven't worn yet. And I actually kind of like, I guess this is called the gusset right here, where you get the decreases, but I think it looks kind of cool. And I did the exact rounded Rose City roller toe. You can see there. So it was my first time doing it like a really super rounded toe, even though the Kitchener kind of makes it look a little funky, but it fits really well. So I have actually been using that for all my other socks lately. And in case I didn't show you both, they are actually a pair, not a matching pair, but they are a pair. And it was actually my first contrasting heel and toe that I did, just to make them match, because I only had 50 grams of this color total, and I was afraid that I wouldn't have enough, and I don't think I would have had enough if I didn't do the contrasting colors. The other pairs that I finished, I don't think I showed you these. I finished my blueberry waffle socks, which were in Ice Yarns Super Sock, and I do have a photograph of those, which I will insert into the video to show you. And I also finished my Christmas socks before the 1st of January, so I think it was down to the wire if I remember right, but I did make it. And I will insert a photo of those as well. And like I said, the reason I can't show you those is because they're all in the wash, but I did take a picture of all my socks soaking. So as soon as I'm done with this, I'll go and wring those out and get them hung up to dry so that I can wear them again. I waited till I had literally 12 pairs of socks that needed to be washed just so I could get them all done at the same time. And one of the pairs is Glenn's pair, which I'm really excited to say that he really likes the hand knit socks. So that's a relief. Size 14 socks that actually fit, and he likes them. I was really worried that he wasn't going to. So I have another finished object or objects, but it's not exactly knit. So I made some dryer balls. I have 6 of them total. There's 3. So you can see all the colors because they're all different colors. There's the other 3. And recently, I think it was episode 6 of the Yarn Hoarder podcast, she talked about making dryer balls that you felt. And it's supposed to reduce the drying time in the dryer and reduce static, and yeah, it's natural, no chemicals. So thought I'd give it a go. I purchased some, I think it's called Wool of the Andes. It's 100% wool from Knit Picks, and they're 50-gram balls. I did get enough to make 12 of these. I gave 6 of them to my boyfriend, and just made them up. So I've dried 1 dryer full of clothes with these so far, so I really can't report back that they've done miraculous things to the drying time or anything, because I didn't time it, but it didn't do anything bad to the clothes. I did, let's see, I know it's on here. Oh yes, there it is. I did put some essential oils on here, a citrus scented one, Citrus Bliss I think it was called. Just 1 drop on each ball, and it still smells like citrus, but I did not notice a scent on the clothing at all, and it did kind of stain it. I'm not super worried about that, and actually over time it might kind of go away, but I don't think I will continue to do that, just because the clothes smelled clean and fresh and they didn't smell like citrus. So I think it's kind of a waste of my oils and a little pointless. So anyway, I'm loving those. I do have another load that's ready to go in the washing machine, because that's what I've been doing since I got home, other than talking to insurance companies. And yeah, I'm eager to keep trying those, and I'm trying to decide. I think these might be a little bit small. I'm not sure. If anyone is like familiar, that's the size it is in my hand, and I have little hands. I want to say she said hers were like softball size, and granted they were bigger before I felted them, but I don't know. I just don't know if it's enough, because the wool is supposed to absorb some of the water and make it dry quicker. Anyway, check out her podcast if you're curious about how to do this. It was super easy. I think it's foolproof. I have 2 hose today. The first one is another size 14 sock. This is a blueberry waffle in Patton's Crochet Cadet colors. And as you can see, that's my size foot, and there's the size 14. Not much to say about this one, I don't think. It's my first time using Patton's Crochet. Let's sit back a little bit so you can see the whole sock. First time using Patton's Crochet. I really do like it. It seems pretty soft. I have no complaints. Some people say, oh, it's a workhorse yarn and it feels super scratchy, but I don't think it does. I haven't even washed these yet, but I mean, it's not the softest yarn I've ever felt, but it doesn't feel bad. And if it wears good, then even more exciting. I did knit this one on a 2.5 millimeter, which is a 1.5, US 1.5, and 72 stitches. Blueberry waffle pattern, nice and plain, basic, and Kiss the Partridge heel, which is my heel. And I did do the Rose City roller toe, the rounded toe. So I'm trying that different toe. I think I'm going to try a different heel on the next pair of socks I knit him, to see, you know, which one fits better, just to try and kind of get the perfect fit, because I'm still honestly trying to figure it out for myself, especially now that I'm actually wearing my pairs of socks. I see certain things that I like in some, and things that I like a little bit less in others. And I will mention along those lines, I've noticed my vanilla socks are 64 stitches on a US 1, which is 2.25 millimeter, and they seem kind of loose, but all of my pattern socks, same exact thing, 64 stitches, same exact size needle, everything the same, and they seem to fit much better. So I'm not sure. I'm very curious. I think I'd like to try a 60 stitch sock for just a plain vanilla sock and see how that fits. My next hoe is a monkey sock with a Kiss the Partridge heel, which looks really awesome in this yarn. And speaking of this yarn, this is, I'm totally blanking. What is this? It is Blue Moon Fiber Arts Socks That Rock in a special colorway that is only available here at one of my local yarn stores in Cannon Beach. And it is called Coastal Sunset Celebration. And it is gorgeous. If you can see that, it's got a lot of green, some teal, light blue, yellow, orange, pink, purple, and a little bit of white. And it is gorgeous. I absolutely love this color. This was a gift from my boyfriend for Christmas, and because I am sticking to it, I haven't bought any yarn other than, I guess, for my dryer balls, but I had no not superwash yarn, so that was a necessity if I wanted to make those. Again, this is the Monkey Sock pattern by Cookie A, which you can purchase on Ravelry, but you can actually get it for free from Knitty.com. Not sure, I don't think there's any difference at all. I don't know why they charge on Ravelry when you can get it for no cost on Knitty, but that's what it is. So that's where I got it from. It has a nice chart. It also has written instructions, but I've been following the chart. I did 8 repeats, so 88 rows for the leg plus 20 rows of 2x2 rib, the heel, and I believe the foot was 7 repeats, so 77 rows, and then the same Rose City roller rounded toe. So I was a little bit worried about how these were going to fit when I first started, because when my boyfriend got me the yarn, he got me what they call their medium weight, which I believe is a sport weight, and I'm only guessing on that because it seems too thin to be a DK, and it definitely isn't a fingering. And so I went with my regular size needle, 2.25, and just went for it. But actually I tried this on. If anything, it's a little tight, but as soon as I wear it for a bit, it'll stretch out, I'm sure. So those are my 2 hose. I don't have any others. And I am working on the mates to both of them. So here is the work in progress blueberry waffles. It is almost done. There's my progress keepers, which I mark at, I always put one at 50 and then 10 rows after, so 50, 60, 70. So I'm almost at 80, and the entire foot is going to be 101. So I'm getting really super close. I hope to have this finished today. One thing I will mention, the last pair of socks that I made for him, I did the 20, excuse me, the 20 rows of 2x2 rib and 100 rows for the leg, because I was just thinking that, you know, a man's leg is longer than a woman's leg, and generally you want the leg to be, or at least this is what Mina had said when I followed her first pattern, who's the knitting expat, if you're not sure who I'm talking about. She said she likes to do her leg just a bit longer than the foot, so I was kind of going by that recipe, which is what I like my socks to be. But he told me that he wanted the leg just a bit shorter, so I'm quite happy to knit 20 rows less of 72 stitches. So these have just been flying off the needles. I can't wait to have that done. The monkey sock, on the other hand, is moving a lot slower, and so I have joined a couple groups so far this year on the Ravelry groups page that are doing, basically you have to start the sock at the beginning of the month and end it before the end of the month. And one of those is in the Naughty Knitwits group, and the other is the Grocery Girls. The Grocery Girls are doing one, and the Grocery Girls one, you have to relate it to the month, which obviously that the Patons Cray Blue will be easy, I think, because January, dreary, rain, blue, cold, that's perfect. And I think my socks, just because they were a Christmas present, so Anyway, that's my January socks. I'm definitely going again for 12 pairs for myself in 2017. I'm not sure that I'm going to get much else knit this year other than socks, but we'll see. And I would love to get 12 pairs of size 14 socks done as well. I don't know that that's going to happen. That may go by the wayside, but I'm for sure going to get my 12 pairs done because, you know, I want my socks. The other thing I've been working on is my Cozy Memories blanket. I have added, let's see, where's the bottom? There we go. I've added a total of 6 squares. So I added these 3. This is a pair of socks that I did as opal yarn. This one's also a pair of socks. This is ice yarn. This was what was left of my Rose City rollers. This was a mini that was sent to me by Lily of Nordic Stitches. And I don't remember the name of this yarn, but it's my peppermint mocha socks and my ice yarn mini socks that I did cobblestones with by Mina. So it's growing slowly. I've decided that you know, if I happen to finish the socks before the end of the month, then I'll be working on my scrappy projects excuse me, to hopefully you know, get some progress on those, but they're not my main priority. But speaking of scrappy blankets, I, like everyone else, fell down the crochet rabbit hole. However, I think that mine is really a knitting rabbit hole because I started crocheting. This was my original, that's what I did. But I've really never done a granny striped blanket before, so that was kind of new. I did, this thing's huge. I can't even, like, my arm span. There you go. There you can see maybe kind of the whole thing. I did 402 stitches for the cast on edge. I did do the chainless foundation, but I wish I would have gone up a hook size from what I'm using here because it does pull. I think once it gets some size, that'll kind of work out and not really matter, but I still wish it was not so tight, but I'm not going to pull it out. So I'm using a 3.5 millimeter hook for this. All fingering weight, all, you know, sock leftovers or mini leftovers. And my first, I made one of the magic knot balls, and the first one I made was 95 grams. So that's the entire 95 grams. Hold on, I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Hopefully that will be better. I don't know if I'm still not completely over this cold or if I'm getting another cold or what, but it needs to go away. Winter needs to be over. Where was I? Talking about, yes, my crochet blanket. So I do have some, actually before I get into acquisitions, I want to announce my knit along that I'm going to put in the group. I haven't done it yet, but by the time I air this, it will be in there. And if you remember back a couple podcasts ago, I told you that the lovely Yarn Cafe Creations had sent me a skein of Mermaid Party as a giveaway. And I told you guys that I was going to come up with a knit along to give this skein of yarn away. And I figured that I would like to do a sock knit along. So for this knit along, I will let you enter as many adult size pairs of socks as you can knit. You'll get 1 entry for any pair of socks. And if you happen to use my Kiss the Partridge heel, which you can find on Ravelry, you'll get 2 entries. So I am not going to automatically give you 2 entries. You just need to post the photo twice. Make sure that you include in there that you have used the Kiss the Partridge heel, just in case I can't tell. I should be able to tell by now, but on some yarns it's more obvious than others. So again, that'll be for this skein of yarn. We will do the knit along starting as soon as this airs, which, like I said, today is January 18th. I think I won't get it uploaded until the 19th. But so we'll start it from right now, when you're watching this, January 19th, until we'll do the end of March. So my very first podcast in April, I will do a random number generator, and I will pull a winner for this skein of yarn. I also am thinking I'll probably find some kind of matching fabric, either something with mermaids or something with these colors, and make a project bag to send out with that as well. And so just to give you an idea what the colors are, you've got a lot of white, this really deep teal, you've got some orangey speckles, yellow, different shades of pink and purple and fuchsia, and some more orange and yellow, like a light green there. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And honestly, I think once you open it up, there are even more colors inside. And this yarn is just fabulously soft. I haven't knit my own skein up yet, but probably for this time frame, before March, I will knit something out of my skein of Mermaid Party. So I look forward to that. I'm not sure what pattern I'll use yet, but that'll be really exciting. So I can't wait to see your projects and start knitting away on your socks. I will say that the socks need to be started January 1st of this year or later, nothing before the new year. So let's talk about acquisitions. I'm going to insert a photo of this little rolling cart that I got from IKEA, which is actually why you keep seeing me look to my left. It's because I have this cart with 3 shelves on it, and it's really helping me a lot for podcasting. It's really nice because I don't have everything spread out on my little desk. It's on one of these 3 shelves. I can just reach over and grab it, and it's super convenient for podcasting. It's also really great because I can put my current projects in there, wheel it out to the living room, work on it as long as I want, and then wheel it back into my craft room. So not that I really care if my projects are out there, but if I ever have company, then I can hide them away, I guess. I do have 2 other acquisitions, and actually this one just came in the mail today. This is my sock yarn swappers package from Aloha Blue. And if you'll remember way back when, I actually custom ordered 2 skeins of yarn from Aloha Blue, like literally when I first started knitting for my brother's hat. It's the same yarn that I knit my nephew his little Broncos colored socks out of, and my brother's hat's the Broncos colors. So just to show you some of my favorites, the names are on that label that I showed you, but I'm not sure which is which. There's some really beautiful ones in here. And, you know, like I said before, the thing that I love about these swapless swaps are that I get to try different dyers. I get to pick the dyer. And I get to try colors that aren't necessarily, you know, something I would normally pick. Like, you know, yellow isn't, well, it's totally washing out. It looks more highlighted yellow on the screen, but it's not. It's more of like it has some tans and some highlighter yellow. Maybe you can see. Yeah, that's pretty good. You know, that's not normally, I would never order a whole skein of this, but just to get a little mini like that, I really like it. So all the minis that I have, I'm gonna put 1 square in my cozy memories, and then anything that's left from making that square is going into my crochet blanket. This one here reminds me of Easter. It's really quite pretty. I know I've mentioned it before, but if you are curious about sock yarn swappers, I always get the 5 gram minis because that's all that my blanket needs. And I get 20 of the 5 gram minis per order. I just do 1 a month, but you can, she usually does 3 or 4 options a month. But you can also get 10 of the 10 gram skeins as well. So basically you're getting the equivalent to 1 skein of yarn a month, and generally that costs $30. So I think it's a good deal. I like it. The other that I got, and I apologize for the crinkling, but I wanted to show you how cute the little bag was. It's my second installment of the row 1 yarns. And these are a complete mystery. I don't get to pick the dyer. I don't get to pick 5 or 10 gram minis. And quite honestly, I'm okay with that. Where's my light? There it is. It's kind of fun to just have it be a complete surprise. And every month she sends me a little list of the name of the dyer, and this one happens to be Fish Belly Fiberworks. I had never heard of them before. And it also lists all the different colors that are included. Excuse me a minute. Sorry about that. My nose was running like crazy out of nowhere, so I've taken care of that and you don't have to see that on screen. So here's the card for Fish Belly Fiberworks, and as you can see, they are located in New Hampshire, which may be why I've never heard of them. But it's really fun too. Like once I get these, then I just add them to my Instagram, so I get to see, you know, even more feed. She wrapped all of hers, which are not, actually maybe they are named. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. So this one has number 16, which correlates to 16 on here, and so this color is Peony, which is really beautiful. And so like I was saying, she wrapped these on the little, like I know these to be used for crochet or cross stitch thread. And probably just because I've done cross stitch and that's what I'm familiar with. But they're absolutely beautiful. Oh, it's not focusing very well. Anyway, you get the idea. I think this one is particularly beautiful with the tans and the blues. And let me see if I can figure out what this one's called. Number 20. This one's called Atlantis. Yep, that's pretty accurate, I'd say. So anyway, I'm still really enjoying those. I'm going to continue to do that for a while. As a little, I don't know if it's a bonus gift or what you want to call it, but with that package, I got a 2017 stitch marker, which I love. I haven't used it yet, but I'm looking forward to adding that to my stitch markers that I'm using. That is it for finished objects and works in progress and acquisitions and all that good stuff. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm sticking to my resolution, if you want to call it that. But I haven't purchased any sock yarn so far, which is awesome. And I'd like to keep that up for the rest of the year. But if I continue to knit size 14 socks, I'm not sure how that's going to work out, because I have plenty of girly yarns, plenty of, you know, 100 gram skeins, but it's going to get interesting. So we'll see if I can make that work, and maybe I'll convince him to buy his own yarn. That's not technically cheating, is it? I don't think so. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the next socks that I want to knit, and the, shoot, I'm totally blanking on the name. Super popular socks right now, and it is not coming to me. Hold on, I can figure this out. Oh my gosh, okay, so found it. The Mercury socks, duh, everyone's knitting them. So anyway, yes, I want to do the Mercury socks. I was going to do those for my January socks, but I just didn't feel like that yarn would be good for it. So I'm either going to use my beautiful sparkly pink, teal, purple, and blue sock blank by Distracted Knits is what the company is called. I got this last summer, I think in August, because I'm pretty sure it was for my birthday. In the colorway Dragonfly Frenzy. I think these would make some great Mercury socks. Or I'm gonna make it in this color, which is absolutely gorgeous, and this is Witch Candy yarn in the Lily Pulitzer colorway, which is also gorgeous. So I think either of those would make really great Mercury socks, and it's February, so February pink and hearts and all that lovey-dovey stuff. So yeah, I haven't decided yet. If you have any input on which one you think would look best as Mercury socks, I'd love to know. What else? I guess like I said at the beginning, it has just been insanely busy lately, and I know I said it before, but I just need a podcast. But it's like, I mean, seriously guys, I still have my Christmas tree up. It's after mid-January and I still have my Christmas tree up. Luckily it's fake, so it's fine. It can be there till next Christmas, I suppose, but I kind of want to take it down. I was joking with my boyfriend that I'm going to find some pink and red hearts and hang them on the tree and call it my Valentine's Day tree, because literally, oh, people, it sucks. I don't even know why it's so crazy, but the other day I was just feeling like I can't possibly get enough sleep to recover, and I'm just feeling so exhausted, like more than just tired exhausted, like to my core, completely exhausted, and it sucks. So I'm happy to get a podcast out. I've got a lot of other stuff to do today. I still have the insurance stuff to figure out, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm going to pick up some needles, I'm going to knit, and I'm going to feel more relaxed than I do or have for a little bit. One last thing I think is that I wanted to show you my favorite Christmas present from my boyfriend. It's called a love beat, I think, because the I don't know if you can tell, the jewel moves inside. I'm sure it's not a very good picture because it's wrapped around my neck, but anyway, I had a nice Christmas, and I did have to work, but I got off work at 6, came home like a kid at Christmas, super early, was able to spend a couple hours opening presents and just having a nice Christmas morning. It was just me and my boyfriend, so it was really nice. I might include a photo. He got me these Pikachu pajamas, which I think are hilarious. So basically, as soon as I opened those, I had to throw them on, and I think they're hilarious. So it was a very fun, nice Christmas. No stress, just really relaxing and nice. And I was actually off for New Year's, but didn't do anything crazy. I was with family, and I was a designated driver, so it was not a crazy night, which is fine. Yeah, so I hope everyone is doing great. Don't forget about my knit along. Go check out the Shauna Stitches Ravelry group under the groups tab, and I will do a chatter thread for the sock knit along. Fiona wants to say hi again. And then I will do a finished objects thread. So in that finished objects thread, make sure you don't chatter. Any chatter will get deleted. And if you do the Kiss the Partridge heel on your socks, don't forget to enter them twice into the finished objects thread. And again, as many pairs as you want. All the details will be in the Ravelry thread. Yeah, anything I've forgotten, I will definitely spell it in that thread. And if you have any questions, please ask. So, yeah. Check me out on Instagram, Shauna Stitches. Also, Ravelry, Shauna Stitches, like I just mentioned. Or you can check out all my projects, Shauna825. I should probably change my Ravelry name just to make it easy, but I haven't so far, so... yeah, I also have an Ask Away thread, or Ask Me Anything. I can't remember exactly what I called it in Ravelry. But if you have any questions about anything or comments, please feel free to leave them in there, and I will answer on the podcast, and probably also in the thread, just because I know it's nice to have, like, if you don't want to go watch the whole episode, or I've answered it and you forgot, or whatever. But yeah, I feel like I'm rambling on, so have a wonderful day, guys. I'm gonna go de-stress and finish some socks. Bye.